Hello, everybody. Whenever I want to talk about something, it's usually dumb. It's usually something to not really talk about, but it's just stuff that I want to talk about because it annoys me a little bit. The person that made this video today, the baddest. Uh, the baddest is a pretty good editor, or whoever edits for them. I'm pretty sure they edit themselves. Hold on. Character still by Shibuya. Uh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they do the editing. They do a good job at editing. I like the editing. The editing's good. Uh, Thumbs up to the editing. But what they say in this video, I it's just what I have some criticisms on. I also have some criticisms about, you know, what they commissioned. Like I'm not here to, make fun of art today because if I was gonna make fun of art, it would be pictures of Sonic. It would just be that. It would just be Cold Steel, Sonic, and then probably whatever dumb drawing you find on the internet. Like that's drawn by probably a 5-year-old or purposefully drawn bad. The art isn't bad. It's just that I have problems with it. You'll see later. But yeah, I'm gonna continue. We're gonna watch the video in the entirety. So, and I'm gonna only pause when I have something to say about what they're saying. Obviously, I'm a dumbass that likes to make videos, so if I at them or if I don't, I mean, I might want to talk with them. Who knows? They might be a really cool dude. Who knows? I just really, I just really want to just make a video about this because I'm just gonna forget about this in the morning as soon as I wake up. So, all right, let's get going.
What Mob Games, the studio behind Poppy Playtime, thought about it. Do they care that this new game completely ripped them off? Are they staying silent because Poppy Playtime was basically a ripoff itself? Do they not care because the quality?
All right, okay. Already, um, I don't think Poppy Playtime is a ripoff. If anything, I don't really think it is. I've heard I've heard there's drama in the early stages of the game, like during chapter one, because there's this another game that also used toy horror, but the games were quite nothing alike, like not really. And a ripoff is whenever something is exactly the same most of the time, or just something that kind of ripped you off of your money. Uh, or just something that's an exact copy or a mere copy of said game,
Of Ban Ban could never compare
which is by my definition of what a ripoff
to the
is.
quality of Poppy?
Not like an actual definition, but by mine. But
We
anyway,
can't know for sure how the Poppy Playtime developers feel about this new game riding off their success.
I wonder how the audio is gonna come out. I'm sorry, but I wonder how the audio is gonna come out because I want you guys to I want you guys to hear him too, so he can at least get a voice in, because I don't want this to completely be me just jabbering on. So because I have a lot to say because I'm usually so quiet. But anyway, continue.
The closest thing we have to a Mob Games statement regarding Garten of Banban is this reply to a tweet from Phil Morg. This doesn't really count though.
Huh?
Garten of Banban is this
What the hell? New gamer, old school gamer, retro gamer, ancient gamer, prehistoric gamer. What the fuck? Bro, I must be prehistoric.
reply to a tweet from Phil Morg. This doesn't really count though. However, there is a way that these creators can subtly comment on indie horror whenever they want. They don't speak about this stuff on their Twitter or on the Mob Games YouTube channel, but they do have complete control over a YouTube channel that makes these indie horror games into animations for a younger audience. I am, of course, talking about Zamination. I mean, they also have Enchanted Mob, but I guess they forgot the password to that one.
I don't think they have complete control of Examination because like Examination, like isn't that a channel run by like just a couple of animators or just one animator? Like they make Minecraft animations, obviously, as you can tell by the models that they use. Uh, but eh, like didn't they want to go back to music? If I was fully in charge of the channel, if I was, the company running it, I would keep on with the shorts because that's what made them a lot of money. Them going back to being music animations isn't gonna really help them.
Animation is a YouTube channel that makes animations for kids using indie horror characters, such as the FNAF cast, the Poppy Playtime characters, the Bendy characters, etc. This YouTube channel is also run by the same people as Mob Entertainment, aka the creators of Poppy Playtime. So, in a weird and ridiculous way, the creators of Poppy Playtime are able to express thoughts on their competitors through animations made for children. I haven't seen this done before, but
All right, finally he shows the art. I only have a few complaints. I only have a few complaints. Like they don't. It's just my peeve. It's just my little peeve. Uh, I don't like how most of this looks. I don't like the eyeshadow. I don't like the ears. I don't like the cat mouth at all. I don't like the bottom lip at all. If we, if we just got rid of these three key features, it would look like a normal girl, right? I mean, I think it does from what I'm picturing. Just look like a normal girl. And if they want to be unique, uh, they could just probably add something to it that doesn't make it look, you know, a little off. It's just like the face looks a little off. I just don't really like how it looks. And also the ears kind of stick out, and also different colors from the hair. But who knows? But who cares? I'm not an artist. I'm a dumbass.
today's video exists for a reason.
Wait,
The
what the
latest
fuck?
video
The
from
Pirates?
Examination, as the time of this recording, is basically the creators of Poppy Playtime acknowledging Garden of Banban as a game directly. Not only that, they defend its existence. And not only that, it defends it in a musical number. I told you this was weird. I'm going to play you different parts of this animation and we'll break it down bit by bit, starting with what I like to call Huggy's Crisis. I'm Jumbo Josh. No, stop! I can't do this anymore, man. I can't do it. What do you mean, brah? I just, I mean, we had this whole thing planned out. I was gonna say you copied us. Bendy was gonna come out, get a few laughs, but it just feels like we're going through the motions, you know. The more these indie horror games come out, the more it just feels like the magic is gone. So as you can see right off the bat,
Hold on, hold on. I gotta turn this up a little more. Hopefully y'all can hear it. There you go. Since I'm just gonna pause.
this is shockingly self-aware coming from Mob Games. The creators of Poppy Playtime make the conscious decision to admit that Poppy Playtime is very heavily based on, we'll say, Bendy. Although it was very obvious, that's
Wait,
just
what? That they did not imply. They did not even slightly imply. Like, what the hell? Bro, they just said that Bendy was gonna come in for a few laps because that's what they do. They just, no matter what animation they do, they always have to find a way to include different indie games into it, like indie horror, or just indie games because they already have Friday Night Funkin' as one of their, you know, select characters. They already have boyfriend and girlfriend as one of their select characters. They have recolor OCs as some. which is terrible. The blue one, the blue circus baby somehow stays. I don't know how they keep that. I don't know how they would keep that one because like that one's just just a more cartoonish version of the baby that they characterized. But like they did not imply at all that they were quote unquote rip off of Bendy. Like they did not imply that at all. They just said he was gonna come in and get a few laughs because that's just what they do. They just always have another indie horror game character or indie game character come out and say something funny just for a quick laugh.
A really weird thing to confess. An insane amount of people believe Poppy Playtime to be really lazy as is, and of course,
I don't find it to be really lazy. If it was really lazy, then we wouldn't have this amount of effort into the fucking graphics and animation that goes into this game. I like even slight bits of info and detail go into the game that just fly over your fucking head. Cause like I watch this YouTube channel that basically breaks down the game and makes you see the animations up close and see how they're done. And also they, go through the game's files to find anything hidden. Pretty sure you I'm pretty sure that channel is Tetrabit Gaming. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I like that channel. I just love seeing games broken down. And the game doesn't really look lazy even from a broken down perspective. It just it I think your complaint is that the game doesn't really, continue on straightforward after, one or the other because it's just built into chapters and building games into chapters kind of sucks because you have to wait for the next chapter. And that was my pet peeve with, well, not pet peeve. That was just my peeve with fucking Dark Deception. Dark Deception was a pretty cool game. Never played it, but I liked watching people play it because I'm not really a horror type of guy. I played Project Playtime like once, and it was just for a video. It was fun. It's just that my PC can't really run it. It can run it, but not really that well. So, anyways, continuing on from personal issues.
of course, people say it ripped off Bendy because it obviously did.
What obviously did what the fuck did they rip off of Bendy? I've seen no resemblance. I've seen all the chapters as soon as they released. I and guess who I watched? Guess who I watched for the chapters? I watched fucking FGTV back then, bro. I watched FGTV for that shit. And I still FGTV is still a fun channel to watch, bro. Cause like they've gotten older, so of course they're gonna move on to the older audience jokes, like probably just by 10 plus now instead of being 5 plus. But anyways, continuing on, I have seen every Bendy chapter. There is no resemblance except for there's only like one story like resemblance that they have, and that is one character coming to save you, a character that's supposedly on the other team saving you. Alice Angel saves you in Bending the Ink Machine, like the real Alice, or the other Alice. She saves you, and and Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, Kissy Missy saves you. That's the only resemblance they have. That's the only thing that you can put two and two together. And if anything, don't say rip off. Just say they were inspired, because it seems like they were just inspired about the game. I mean, if they were, I mean, it doesn't really seem that they're inspired off of it either, because they would have probably taken the art style into mind. Because like the whole thing of bending the ink machine is that it's supposed to look like you're in an old timey, cartoon. So, like for the whole game, except for the sequel, which the first bit takes place in the real world, and the second half, well, the second part of the game, which is the whole part, is that it's mostly in the cartoon version of the world.
Confirming that to be true is not the best look, but
They
I
didn't
guess it's
confirm it.
honest. But this
They didn't confirm it at all. What makes you think that they confirmed it? I'm not trying to defend Poppy Playtime. I'm not really a big fan. I don't really give a shit. I only just like watching the game theory videos on it because I'm just one of those guys that just likes indie game horror lore and never play the game. I do the same thing for FNAF. I'll do the same thing for everything else, no matter what. But yeah, continue on.
isn't just Mob Games admitting that Poppy Playtime copied Bendy, it's also them admitting that it feels like the magic of indie horror is gone. They don't take responsibility for that, and I don't even necessarily believe they have to, for the record, but they do admit that the current state of indie horror isn't as special as it once was.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that because horror has kind of made me less scared now because of how repetitive it is. Just how repetitive most of these games are. They don't really get you up and going, and most of them rely on Jeep. Fuck, what is up my tongue? I am getting tongue tied on my own words. It like most horror games nowadays rely on cheap jump scares to get you, and like they usually rely on either like cheap jump scares, uh, then meet you with long pause and then a jump scare, or they will just completely rely on loud noises, which usually gets the job done. Cause like loud noises equal sudden loud noise equals frightened, and it works well. So why not fix what's not broken? So
Which again, I find odd given how much influence Poppy Playtime has had on the current state of indie
that
horror.
bird looks high
This
as
is a
fuck.
bad animation for small kids.
Bad? What do you mean bad? It's not bad at all. This animation is actually pretty good. It's not if bro, if you want to see a bad animation, hold on, hold on. If you want to see bad animation, just watch Peppa Pig. Oh my god, it's just the laziest shit I've seen. Uh, I don't like Peppa Pig, not even at all. Not even the slightest bit. My little cousin watches it, but wait, what about the fan animations? I forgot about this. I think, yeah, this is, yeah. See, this is bad animation. See this right here, bad animation. You can't say that's better. This is truly bad animation. It's not even. It's not even fucking Mob Games, bro. Mob Games animation's good. It's good, but it's not great. It's just good. It's fun to watch. I watch Examination in my free time sometimes. Me and my friends binged it at one point for no fucking reason, because like we just did it because we were bored, and it actually was fun to watch. It's entertaining, and it's not just made for kids because there's some jokes that little kids won't get. I'm not saying that there's adult jokes or dirty jokes. I mean, there are some, dirty jokes in there, but I'm pretty sure most of them are just like Toy Chica videos.
but it weirdly gives us insight on how the people within mob games are feeling about the space that they exist in, which is weird and funny, but also pretty interesting, to me at least. But it gets weirder, funnier, and more interesting, because after Huggy Wuggy has this little crisis, Jumbo Josh comforts him with a song. And I cannot prepare you for this enough, so here you go.
Sit on my lap, bro. Come here. Why are there so many?
He changes from Jock to Kermit.
With lore that feels rushed and contrived. But that doesn't mean they have no love and passion. They just need to actually try. Let's work together to make a correction and make these games feel more unique. And make sure to play Chapter 3 as soon as it comes out on Steam.
I can't wait for Chapter 3 to come out, man. More new lore, more new Markiplier videos. Hooray. But like that's basically what I have to look forward to whenever Chapter 3 comes out. And they crossed out soon, which I think it would come out soon because they have a trailer out. Because I'm pretty sure whenever, oh shit, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure after the trailer of for Chapter 2, it released 5 months later, like 5 or 3 months later. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. Shit.
First of all, this is the best advertisement of all time. However, we're going to ignore the plug for Chapter 3, at least for now. Let's really analyze these top tier lyrics, because again, this is coming from the creators of Poppy Playtime, who plenty credit.
It's not coming from directly the creators. You got to take into consideration that it could be, the animators themselves. It can be, developers that work on the game. It could be anybody. It doesn't come from, well, just always the creators. It doesn't always come from the creators, bro. It could come from anybody that works on the game. Literally anybody. I think assuming on who did it or who wrote it or who said it, like, does I don't really think assuming would be good on that level, because like assuming that it's creator, I think that would be bad because like the creator's continuing, the game. The game doesn't feel really lazy. It feels like it can literally be on the PS5 and run well as a game. I don't know if I'll say the same thing for Chapter 3, but like Chapter 1 and 2 seem like they can be on the PS5. That's for sure. Seems like they can be on the PS5 or the PS4, like an actual console game. Doesn't really feel like a, game exclusive to PC or a game that's, just bad. It just feels like a game that could be on console.
For destroying the state of indie horror. So, again, I think we can get some real.
What? What do you mean? Five Nights at Freddy's kind of did that. I love Five Nights at Freddy's, but don't get me wrong, they kind of destroyed the horror scene because of how popular they were. So then we got a lot of fucking games that were inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's, basically having the same fucking gameplay, or just like the same gameplay but with added twist, or same gameplay but it's harder. Like, okay, we fucking get it. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. And I like seeing twists on FNAF 2 more than FNAF 1, because FNAF 1, oh, you have doors, but you have many of them. Like, that's it. Like, that's mostly what they do for FNAF 1 shit. But for FNAF 2, For FNAF 2, they get a lot more creative, you know. But like I think FNAF destroyed the indie horror game scene because like it just mostly filled with Five Nights at Freddy's clones and Five Nights at Freddy's fan games that eventually made it onto someone's desktop. Like, remember those nights at Rachel's? I think you don't. I don't think don't remember that game at all, but I do. Do you guys remember Pop Goes? Of course you do, because it's part of the Fanverse initiative. Of fucking course you would. And then, let's bring up another one that people probably won't remember. I don't know, The Joy of Creation. That game has died down a lot, and I barely see anything about it. The latest thing I've seen about it was a fucking cosplay. Anyways, continuing on. Wait, am
Really
I still
great
recording?
insight from this. The first two bars say, "Why are there so many games
Yep.
about mascots with lore that feels rushed and contrived?" Although this could be a jab at only Garden of Banban, this feels like yet another.
No, there's a lot of games that feel indie horror games that feel like that. Like Rainbow Friends isn't even gonna continue because first of all, the developer is incompetent and a lazy dunce, bro. He's not gonna continue working on it. He doesn't continue working on the same project. Even though he promises that he will, he never does. He's just not one to trust. And I know I can't be saying that shit because I abandoned my channel for months, or at least for like at least a year. Like not no not at most a year, at most a year, and at least for a couple of months. And I at least I come back. At least I come back, and I'm improving content since I have a new computer, and I'm doing as promised. So I'm trying to improve content. But what did he say? I forgot.
Weird confession. Our jab at only Garden of Banban.
I don't think I don't think it really was just specifically a jab at Garten of Ban, or Bon Bon, however you pronounce it. But like, I think it's just a jab at most of the indie horror, because like Amanda the Adventurer. I'm pretty sure they know about that because it was another popular indie horror game. It looked really unpolished during the first few tapes, but now it looks even better. It didn't look too bad because like people still played it, and I even still thought it was enjoyable. But yeah, I think it's just not a jab specifically towards Ban Ban. I think it's just between a lot of indie horror games because like most of them are fucking projects where they only had a day to work on. So anyway,
This feels like yet another weird confession. Are the creators of Poppy Playtime literally saying that the lore of their game is rushed and contrived?
no, it can just be like it doesn't just because they're saying it doesn't mean it's directed towards them. Because like their lore being rushed and contrived makes no sense. Because like the fact that they take forever to work on each chapter, like I'm pretty sure chapter 1 and chapter 2 were released same year. Wait, hold on. When did Poppy Playtime come out? Not Project Playtime, fucking idiot, as Google. Well, not Google. Huh. Hmm. Hold on, hold on. I think I have to be specific. Chapter 1. October 12th. All right, October 12th, which I'm pretty sure was 2022 or something. 12 plus, damn. 2021. All right, so it's October 12th, 2021. Wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that. October 13th, 2021. All right, what about chapter 2? I think we might get it this year. I think we might get it this year. Probably early this year. I mean, not early, because early is almost over, so it's probably going to be in the middle of the year. Wait a minute. No, it might actually release either like it might release next month if I had to take a lucky guess for chapter 3. But anyway, wait a minute.
And even
Wait,
besides that more obvious,
I keep
literally
getting
said that the
sidetracked.
lore of their game is
But yeah, I think they've had enough time because October. Right, so October, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. October is the 10th, so that means 2 months. Wait, so 2 more months. So November, December, it's two. Then January, February, March, April, May. So that's 7 months. They had 7 months to work on chapter 2 and think about the lore that they want to set, because it's pretty easy to set lore, because I know from my own experience of setting lore for fan made characters and stuff. I even give my friends some ideas sometimes for their own characters, from my own pointers. Just I just still want the characters to be something that they like, or something that they would be appreciative of, just for small details. But yeah, it's not too hard to come up with lore, especially when Poppy Playtime lore isn't even that complicated. So it's not really rushed, by the looks of it.
rushed and contrived. And even besides,
And I'm pretty sure what I said earlier is that just because they said it, other games were rushed and contrived doesn't mean that they're talking about themselves. Some people like to talk about other things that way, make make it seem like they're talking about themselves too, but they're really not. So it could be in that perspective where they're not really talking about themselves. They're talking about other games that are, poor quality and are literally played to this day. Like most of the backroom games, they're horribly made.
that more obvious part, it's also kind of weird to say, why are there so many games about mascots? It's basically another admission of our game is very unoriginal.
What? There's gonna be mascot horror anyway. There's literally been mascot horror for a long time. I don't know what you're talking about. Almost everything you do is unoriginal. It's just a matter of how you do it. It's not in the matter of, oh, there's a mascot and he's gonna kill you. Like it's just a matter of how you do it. Like, he's going to kill you, but there's like something else that you can do. Like, something else that you can do, or like there's more characters here to help you, or it's just a matter of how you do it, instead of like, just say it's automatically unoriginal just because of the category it's in. That's like saying, hmm, I think I can compare. hmm, I think I can just. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a perfect one. I got a perfect example. All right. Pokemon and Digimon, right? Pokemon and Digimon. Both of them, like, people say Digimon's a ripoff of Pokemon. They're based off of two completely different things, but they kind of do nearly exactly the same thing. They're both beast taming backslash monster capturing games. They're nearly the same, but Digimon's based off of Tamagotchi, while Pokemon's based off of bug catching. There's a huge difference between the two, even though it doesn't look like there is. It's just that you gotta, you know, look for the stuff that makes the game unique. Uh, Poppy Playtime, what makes it unique is that it's just like it has hands, like it has the whole hands gimmick where you have to use them for puzzle solving and all that shit. Uh, which is pretty fun. It's pretty fun, and it's like solving puzzles with sticky hands. It's pretty cool, and that's what kind of makes the game unique. And well, actually, that's what makes the game unique entirely. But like, it's just not really all that. I mean, some of the shit is expected, but some of it really isn't. You know, and that's what makes some games unique.
However, the song goes on to say, but that doesn't mean they have no love and passion, they just need to actually try. Although I'd love to make fun of mob games, Poppy Playtime, and Garden of Banban, this is weirdly respectful. You could definitely interpret this as mob games saying that Garten of Banban didn't try, but I actually don't see it that way. With the line about trying only coming after a line about how these games were made with love and passion, this comes across as mob games welcoming their competitors into the space as peers as opposed to competitors. I would argue this is a defense of Garden of Banban. Because the following lyrics are, let's work together to make a correction and make these games feel more unique. Although this video.
All right, I don't think it's really defending Garten of Banban because like they outright said that it was just copying them. Even though Garten of Banban doesn't really feel like it's copying Poppy Playtime because like as a different mechanic, I mean they both still have something to do with buttons and their mechanic having to do stuff with buttons. But the whole mechanic of Garten of Banban is to you know use the fucking drone. Like you have to use the drone to press the buttons. The press the just to press the buttons for the elevator. I'm so fucking tired. I'm sorry if I'm like mumbling a lot. I'm and forgetting a lot. I'm just so tired. I need sleep. Anyway, they both have some similarities. It's just that Garten of Bon or Ban does something completely different by doing something with its horror characters, getting chapters out faster than Poppy Playtime. Like they're popping those chapters out the pussy, man. They already announced the third one. So, so yeah, it's not too bad. It's just that I would like to see a graphics improvement for Garden of Ban Ban or Bon Bon, so it can look a lot better. And also, I'd like to see some change in the models because some of the models look ugly as hell.
Is absolutely Poppy Playtime saying that Garden of Banban copied them and isn't the best game out there. It's also them giving constructive criticism more so than it is bashing the Banban devs. They're basically going, we all have love and passion for what we do, so let's work together to make the games in the space more unique. I disagree with a lot of this, and I still do not like Mob Games nor the Euphoric Brothers, but this is a shockingly respectful sentiment. Again, I still cannot agree with it. Garden of Banban had no love or passion and shouldn't be well.
You don't know that. Some people on some people can feel no love or passion going into the game, and some people can. Like some people that are working on it can. It's just like it's just one of those situations. Like you can't put words into people's mouths or words into people's brains into what they're thinking. I get that most of the videos that I kind of do are doing literally the exact same thing, so I'm kind of being a hypocrite by doing that, by saying this and doing that. But like at the same time, most of my shit comes from just out of emotion most of the time, just out of emotion. And I have a feeling that that's where this video is coming from, just emotion.
Welcomed as a peer by the other game developers within indie horror. And for the record, Poppy Playtime is also certainly not a passion project and should.
Who knows? And I mean, it's definitely not a passion project, but it might have love going into it. The game is animated pretty nicely. Some of the animations are pretty smooth. Uh, the voice acting for only like one character, like two characters, are good. Like, good job on the voice actors. Props to them. Like, you don't know. You can't really put words into people's brains or mouths. Like whenever it's something as personal as love going into stuff, that's where it's not really my territory because like I can't really speak for that. I can't really, say that unless I'm, really feeling the emotions and just want to get everything out of my head and put it into the video. That's kind of what I do sometimes. And I can feel, I can see why they would do that if they were doing the same thing, if their video was made out of emotion. But it kind of feels like misplaced hatred at the same time. Like, it's probably that they had a bad day while making this video and, you know, didn't really then like didn't really know how to take it out, so like they kind of took it out on Poppy Playtime out of all things.
Should really follow their own advice of being more unique.
What do you mean? What does passion and unique have something to combine with? Like, and also like the game is unique in its own way. Every game is unique in its own way. Like, it's just like you need to express the uniqueness of the game even more. It's not like saying, oh, every game has to be super unique, like has to be unique and it has to pop, it has to stand out. It just has to have like some variety to the game that makes it stand out from the rest.
And including Rainbow Friends into this discussion also doesn't do much to add to its validity.
Yeah, I agree. Rainbow Friends is very lazily worked on. It it was only worked on once. The developer automatically gave up on it because the developer has a track record, as I said previously, of giving up on games that do successful. Even games that could follow up with a fucking sequel, he just gives up on them out of nowhere. We don't even know what goes through his head because he doesn't even say anything. He just works on a game and then goes AFK for literally as long as he wants. And then he makes probably a couple million Robux off of it. But anyways, continuing on.
This is also just a really weird way to open this discussion, and it doesn't really make any sense at all. I know this is what you've been wanting me to say, so here. This is a goofy Minecraft style animation on a YouTube channel watched by children. Why do anything besides make quote unquote funny animations for kids? Everyone that watches this channel doesn't even like indie horror. They simply like these characters because
Oi, you can't, bruh. I watch the channel and I like indie horror. That's not really speaking for everyone, is it? It's kind of putting more words into people's mouths or people's heads, like assuming what people like watch this. Not even a lot of people that watch this are fucking babies teething on the TV remote. Like it's mostly like preteens, teens, and then I've seen Caesar Fever uh live stream and watch this, so it was pretty entertaining. So
of what unofficial media does with them. Discussing the current state of indie horror, the gaming industry, the way low quality games gain success, the greediness of development teams, the way developers try to appeal to a younger audience more than they try to make a good product. None of this is subject matter that the Zamination audience cares about or even understands.
wait, what did he say?
None of this is developers try to appeal the way low quality games gain success, the greediness of development teams, the way developers try to appeal to a younger audience more than they try to make a good product. None of this is subject matter that the Zamination audience cares about or even understands.
Okay, you're right about the care about part because people don't really care, but some people would understand. Some people would care, and also like speaking for a whole audience is kind of saying a lot. It's kind of like saying nobody cares, but you know that somebody cares.
This is just so goofy. You have mascot horror characters taken out of their horror setting to talk about the genre and industry that they derive from. Why? Who thought this made sense? Yes, this animation is incredibly stupid for a variety of reasons. However, Zamination, Mob Entertainment, Mob Games, and Poppy Playtime are still a collective entity. Therefore, this animation is a legitimate insight to the perspective of the Poppy Playtime creators on the current state of indie horror, and the games trying to ride off their success like Garden of Banban. A more reasonable
What do you mean? I know I'm probably gonna get some things messed up because I'm tired, but like even if I was fucking awake, I'll probably still be dumbass clueless, bro. Like I would be just complete dumbass and clueless at the same fucking time. But uh, like I don't think there's something. Hold
this
on.
animation is a legitimate insight to the perspective of the Poppy Playtime creators on the
What do you mean creators? There's multiple people that work on this shit. I don't I really would I as I said previously, I wouldn't rely on just calling out the creators. Like I would just say someone on the development team or someone that works on the game is saying this.
current state of indie horror, and the games trying to ride off their success like Garden of Banban. A more reasonable statement on the subject matter would be preferable, but how would they do that? I guess the Meatly is fairly active and respectful on Twitter, and obviously Scott Cawthon used to be very active on Reddit. But
Until he got
Mob
canceled.
Games giving their 2 cents on different indie games on Twitter or something would be very weird. I guess it wouldn't be weirder than this, but this is what we currently have to work with. And I find it kind of fascinating. Poppy Playtime has been bashed for over a year, and then Garden of Banban comes.
It hasn't really been bashed for over a year. I mean, it's been doing okay. It's been doing good. Cause like reviews of it aren't too bad. Cause like it's not really a bad game. And also like the people that criticize on it only criticize on it for fucking the children's animation that surround it, like not from their own channel, which isn't really for YouTube kids, but like Like, you see what I'm saying, right? Like, it's just like it's not really that bad of a game. It's not good. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. It's not a bad game. It's pretty good for a indie game that has good good graphics and good things overall, you know. It's not fucking God of War levels of graphics, but Jesus, calm down your fucking expectations, man. I'm not saying that you have high expectations for, Poppy Playtime, but like some people just really have those high expectations for a fucking game that is made by a small amount of people, and it's just so fucking stupid. Anyways, continuing.
comes out copying it and failing even harder. So the idea
What?
of mob games copying time has been bashed for over a year, and then Garden of Banban comes out copying it and failing even harder.
Failing even harder? What do you mean? It's getting people views, and you know it because look at your fucking video on the side. Bro, 4 days ago. This video was made 2 weeks ago. Like the one I'm currently watching. Bro, you know it's gonna make you money. Why do you bash on it, bro? I mean, I'm not. Damn it, poor choice of words. You weren't bashing it. You weren't bashing it at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's stupid. But like, why would you say that it was failing even harder? It's getting people views on fucking YouTube. It is keeping YouTube, you know, through that phase of trendy shit and must do now before it bad. Uh, and it seems like you already hopped on the YouTube trend. So hey, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you hated the game. I'm not saying that I it kind of seemed like implied it. I didn't mean that in that way, you know.
So the idea of
I'm
mob
trying to be
games
as
talking
polite
about
as
Garten
possible. What the fuck? Something up with my internet, dog? No fucking way.
and failing even harder. So the idea of mob
Nah, son of a bitch. No. Please, I just want to finish this. I want to finish this video. Come on, internet. Don't fuck with me today. You were running so well earlier. You only want to fuck up whenever I do a video, huh? Dumbass internet. Mm, just want to go to bed and watch the US presidents play some fucking video game. Whatever, let's refresh the page. Hold on. Give me a sec.
To shave or not to shave? Edge trim. To shave or not to shave? That.
They're not sponsored.
Grammarly is a digital writing assistant that works seamlessly
Oh
across
my
platforms
god,
and
I don't
devices.
care. I was at 9 minutes and 12 seconds, right? Yeah, 9 minutes and 12 seconds.
harder. So the idea of mob games talking about Garten simply intrigues me. This is literally scum dev versus scum dev.
Okay, so those are literally way too harsh of titles to give to people that you don't even know. Like, you can, like, I get it. Poppy Playtime did NFTs once. They did that once, and I don't think it's a grave worth digging to, call them absolute scum of the earth once they got rid of the NFTs. I think a week later, like a week or two later, because they finally recognized that it was a fucking dumbass business practice. And and I wouldn't call Gartner band devs like scum either, because like it just seems like a newbie game studio that takes inspiration from another indie horror game, because like it just feels like they're noobs at the system, right? It doesn't. Of course, it's not going to be very polished. Of course, it's not going to be very good because they're fucking new to the game making shit, as it looks like. From the quality of the models, they don't really look that good, but and same with some of the animations. Some of the animation is really smooth, but like everything else, like the models are pretty poor. Sometimes, like most of the monster models are pretty poor. Looks like they've been made out of clay.
Or, funny enough, in this case, Scum Dev defends Scum Dev even though they have no real reason to. That's
Again,
the other
way
thing.
too harsh
If
of
Mob
titles.
Games simply made fun of Garten of Banban and left it at that, I probably wouldn't make this video. But they chose to make the very bold claim that Garten of Banban, despite its flaws, was made with love and passion.
They didn't claim that at all. They were just wanting to. It just seems like they just wanted to talk about the current state of indie horror and how it's just so repetitive once one indie horror game gets so fucking popular, which I can understand because then every game's just gonna want to bank off of that, and they do successfully. They take their leave with fucking over, I don't know, $200,000, and then uh for like a fucking poorly made game, and then they run they run away with that money. Like I don't I don't think it's a right choice to say that, oh, they're doing this to defend this. It doesn't even seem like they're defending Garten of uh Ban or backslash Bonbon, because it doesn't seem like they're banning it. Like wait, what did I say? Banning what? It doesn't seem like they're specifically, talking about that or defending it. Like it just seems like they're just wanting to talk about the current state of horror and like indie horror and how it's gotten so repetitive because like once a popular game releases, everybody copies and pastes this nearly the same formula or nearly the same shit from that game and then make a lot of money off of it and then leave with that money. Because like remember Hello Neighbor had a lot of fucking uh mobile games copying it, like Scary Teacher 3D and like one with aliens, like the similar gameplay and all that shit. And and then we had Granny, which had Scary Nun or something, or like Bad Nun. I forgot what it was called, but had that another. It was just another mobile game, kind of, copying it, doing the same thing. And then, I'm pretty sure that's it. I think they're just talking about whenever indie game and like an indie horror game gets popular, everybody just copies and pastes the formula of what the game had or what the game had that made it unique. They just kind of do that a lot, which I can understand.
I guess they did use this as an excuse to defend themselves as well.
Well, how to defend themselves? I don't think they need to defend themselves. If only they have only done one bad business practice, and it was with the fucking NFTs, and that was the only bad thing they've done. Nothing else they have never done to hurt anybody or to hurt anyone. Like it hasn't been bad. like from what I've like I haven't been up to date with drama now. It's but like I don't know what drama has happened in the the fucking Poppy Playtime community or something. But like nothing bad has happened. Like nothing bad has happened with Poppy Playtime shit. Everything seems fine. I don't really see any problems in this shit because like there's nothing really good to talk about saying that it's shitty. The devs are shitty. Everybody's shitty that worked on the game. Like, would Daco be a shitty person if he worked on it? Nah, bro. He'd still be a good guy. But like at the same time, like I just don't think it's right to say all these things about people you barely know. I know that it's kind of hypocritical of me, but like whenever you have a big following, like right now I can say whatever the fuck I want and not get canceled. But like but I'm still going to take people into consideration. But like I'm not at that point where I need to care about all that stuff for right now at least. So I don't think I'll ever get that popular. But anyway, let's continue the video to the last few minutes.
But a game that ripped them off and did everything so much worse than them finally
Hey, it didn't do anything bad. It's just that the drone is too slow. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate that drone. It's way too slow.
came out, and instead of taking full advantage of that or even just ignoring it, they chose to be pretty damn nice about it. I just wouldn't expect that from any developer, let alone Mob Games. The success of Garden of Banban led to Mob Games admitting to copying Bendy.
When? When did they do that? You can't just say, "Ooh, they showed Bendy's. They admitted to copying." Ooh, that doesn't. That's not how it works.
Admitting the indie horror scene has declined.
It it's been declined for a while, so like been in decline. And I saw someone in the comments saying, "Well, we have puppet combo games. Puppet combo games. I only have one problem with them. Well, actually, I have a few problems with them. They're either one too short, two confusing as shit, or like three pretty annoying to play. They're still good. Puppet Combo got some fire ass games. I'm pretty sure the one that they released last year, the one that had, the man child, Charles, that was pretty good. It was a pretty long game, and I think it was a good game that they did that was pretty long.
Admitting their own lore is contrived.
They didn't admit that. They just said other horror games were like that.
Defending their only competitors that are lazier than them.
They're not really defending them. They're just saying that, people need to put more love into these projects, more love, passion, and if you don't feel like putting love into passion to a game that you don't really want to make, or to a game that isn't really isn't really what you want to make, and you just continue to do so because you're wondering what the final result is, at least put effort into it. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying, because like if you can't put love and passion into the game, put effort into it. Just put effort.
And making themselves look way better and worse at the same time using a bad animation for babies.
It's not bad animation, and also it's not for fucking babies. If it was for babies, it would be dumbed down plots, as in Freddy saves Princess Chica, and then Foxy gets jealous. That would be a dumbed down baby plot. And I just made that up. I just made that shit up. It does sound like something they would do, but they would do it in a more comedic way instead of a YouTube Kids way.
You cannot tell me this isn't interesting. But I guess that is all there is to say. I just really wanted to talk about this, if I'm being honest. I know I talk about Garten of Banban way too much, but first of all, that's not going to change. And second, this was just so weird, and I knew no one else would make this video. I was just so intrigued by everything in this video, the weird.
I think you were wrong about that because I just made a video on you talking about it. So I guess that makes two people, huh? Well, probably many people made a video on this, considering it's like February 15th. So
Weird self-awareness for mob games, the defending of Garden of Banban,
there is no defending to be had. There was no defending.
the having of this discussion in a Minecraft animation for children.
Not really made for children, considering it's on the platform of YouTube. I know that we still have, the made for kids option on YouTube, but does anybody really use that? And also, it's, as I said, it's most of its audience is preteens to, teens.
I just could not get this shit off my mind. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button if you had a good time. It really helps me out. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of the garbage I put out into the world.
Hey, at least we have similar outros in a way. We both talk about how trash our content is, even though their editing is good. All right, what is my final ranking on this video? Eh, 3 out of 10. Good editing. Good editing gave it 3 points alone. And they did provide good points, some good points. Like I would say like very few good points. So they get a 3.5 for that. 3.5. And since we both think lowly about our content, they shouldn't care. So that's why I hope. That's what I hope they think. I hope that they don't care. That's what I hope. Because if they care, nah, shit, I'm done for. uh, I'll probably tag them in the video. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just too tired to give a shit. Anyways, good night. I'm going to fucking bed. What the hell? What did I do? What did I originally have that on? Oh shit, I might be fucked on that. But anyways, have a good day. Have a good night. If the baddest is watching, good luck to you, man. I don't know. I don't know if this is something you would like to even sit through. I'm sorry if it's that bad, since my videos are usually so fucking long. Since I have so much to say, because I'm a huge blabbermouth. See, look at how long the video is, and look at how long your video is. I talked for an hour for an 11-minute video of yours. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you ever sit through this. I'm not gonna upload it entirely like this, but I will at least cut it down a bit in editing. I will try. I'll try to make out most of the editing, You know what? I think I might upload it in full. Who knows? I think I might edit some things out, but I think might cut out most of the uhs. Specifically the long uhs. But anyways, good night to anybody that's watching. Have a great day. Like, unsubscribe, dislike, I don't care. Do whatever you fuck you want. And I am out of here.